I finally got I finally got around to watching Steins Gate Zero. So spoiler warning for this, for the original show, because I can't talk about it without spoiling some of the end events of Steins Gate, the main show. So far, I'm enjoying it. I like that it is continuing the bad timeline from an ending. It's kind of a what-if scenario that kind of plays out where, what if Okabe didn't go back in time to save Marquise or Christina and actually stayed in that time and had to deal with grief surrounding it and getting PTSD from all the time travel shenanigans. I think that the idea of it so far about dealing with grief is interesting, because obviously the first show kind of had a happy ending, but in this we're dealing with, you know, more darker themes of grief, letting go, and which is why probably the most interesting part of this show to me right now is the introduction of AI Christina. I like this idea of like a ChatGPT-esque character who is Christina. It's got her memories apparently, but it is not her. It's this thing called Amadeus, and we get to see her interactions with Okabe and how he kind of uses her for therapy, but also it's not good for him that he's talking to her. And it's kind of a good deep dive into the dangers of, you know, AI and parasocial relationships with AI and building relationships with something that is not like a person. Like, this is not a person. This is a computer program that he is talking to, and they make that very clear in the show of the new character who looks like a child but is actually an adult. That's very Steins Gate. We had a character in season 1 who looked like a girl and was actually a boy, so they're kind of following that. So far, it's slow, I will say. Quality. There's a lot of slice of life style stuff going on right now. I'm glad we get to see more Cesara, Dario's daughter. I liked her a lot in the first season, and we're getting more backstory with her. A couple of the new things do feel not retconny, but they do kind of feel like I was here the entire time. Where they introduce an adopted child in the future timeline who apparently was always there but never mentioned. I guess it makes sense that she was never mentioned. Like, it's not terrible, because you can kind of understand it, but also, I don't know, I feel like this kind of comes out of nowhere. And then, yeah, also, the new scientists who are working with Christina, they're just there now. I was always friends with her. Although I do like their characters quite a bit, to be fair. I feel like the American character is going to end up being evil, though. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. No, but yeah, Okabe is being suffered through this. He's struggling. He's having a bad time in this show compared to the first show. He's no longer a mad scientist. We don't get all his iconic lines anymore, which is kind of sad. I like his new design. I think his design is a new like best design. It's kind of an version of his first show design, which, you know, also works to show how he's no longer optimistic and hopeful. He's now kind of dealing with sadness and grief. I think that is a good, you know, inversion of that in terms of character traits. And yeah, so far it's not doing anything crazy. We've got a storyline about finding Mayori's foster child. Oh, this is a Dark Aqua. And yeah, we're currently in ads right now, so I can't deal with that. I am going to take this moment to go to a quick toilet break because I didn't go before beginning the stream like an idiot. So I'll be back in like 45 seconds. Told you it'd be 45 seconds. I'm already back. So yeah, the problem I have with this show so far, not like two minor problems. I kind of miss the art style that the first season had. I think it's still well animated, but the first season had like this very saturated color look to it, where everything was really bright and almost blown out by the lights. It was almost monochrome in some shots. It was really cool looking. This doesn't really have that. It's just kind of more mainline, which is not bad, but I do kind of miss the art style. I don't know what happened. Maybe the second game doesn't have as much of an art direction standpoint. I don't know. Anyway, that spoiler's done. Let's do guess the game. Guess the game. The keys looks very terrifying right now of her see-through eyes, but kind of makes sense considering what happens in this game.